Hi, it's Dr. Morris from Magnolia Medical. Today, I've been asked recently to do a series of lectures for a local organization on staying fit while you sit. A couple years ago, lots of articles were printed from different sources, research facilities. Studies were done on how bad sitting is for our health. Well, today I'm going to go over with you something that most people have not reported on about how bad sitting is for us. And I know many of you, 80% of you, have a sedentary job. You have a sedentary lifestyle. You're seated all day at work. And I want to motivate you to get up, move around, and stretch your body a little bit and take some deep breaths. So we're going to talk about a pH scale. Okay, pH is how acidic or how alkaline or basic your body is, or anything, how acidic or how alkaline a fluid is. So our body has to maintain proper pH, has to. Your brain, it's vitally important that our body maintains a proper pH. Your stomach's pH should be very, very low so you can digest food. Your blood's pH, your saliva, your saliva and your tears should be just slightly acidic. And our blood should be just a little bit alkaline, or just above that 7, which is neutral. So 7 is neutral. Now I want to make sure you understand something. pH stands for potential of hydrogen, okay? And I'm only telling you that so you're not wondering, what's pH even mean? So this scale, 7 is neutral, and it goes all the way up to 14, and it goes all the way down to 0. So the more towards 0 we are, the more acid things are. The more towards 14 we are, the more alkaline things are, or another way of putting it is how basic we are. All right, so things that move way in this direction are very caustic. They can burn, they can eat through stuff. You could pour something that's very, very alkaline on a table or on the hood of a car and it'll eat right through it. Equally, you can get an acid that is very caustic. It can eat right through something. And the reason things get caustic is due to the potential of hydrogen. So it's how many hydrogen ions are in any type of solution. So that's what that means. Now, what does that have to do with sitting? Okay, so when we're sitting, this is what occurs. Nobody's sitting and I've actually I've done some lectures at some very, very big corporations locally, and where they've had me come in and look at ergonomics. All right, so I had to go around and look at how people are sitting at their workstations, and nobody is sitting up nice and straight doing their work like this. They're all sitting like this. They're on their mouse. They're on their phone. They're all hunched over. So when you're hunched over, it actually moves your head forward, all right, which changes your windpipe, okay, your trachea, and it moves your shoulders forward and reduces your lung capacity, okay? So if we're sitting all day, we're reducing our lung capacity, and our brain says, wow, that means that if we're not exchanging oxygen, we're going to move the pH towards being more acidic. If we move the pH towards being more acidic, what occurs is the brain says, we've got to change that. That's an emergency situation. You've all probably read about somebody who passed out on a soccer field because their electrolytes were off. They weren't drinking enough water. They didn't have enough of their electrolytes, and it caused them a very serious situation. They may have even had to go into the hospital for that. So that's how serious it could be, and how much our brain and our body feels like it's so important to keep that pH balanced. Now, if you're sitting all day and the body's pH is moving towards being more acidic because your shoulders are rounded forward, you're getting more acidic, and the body says, what do I do about that? It can actually take minerals out of your bones to try to balance that out. You could change so many things. So being sedentary actually contributes to a pH difference and can contribute to osteopenia and osteoporosis. Now, another thing about that pH that occurs is if we're sitting all day, our shoulders are rolled forward, your brain will try to change how you breathe to try to get rid of that carbon dioxide and move that pH back towards that neutral. So it'll cause your breathing to become more shallow and more rapid. So instead of having these deep, longer belly breaths that are actually considered normal, we get this shallow breathing in order to try to improve our body's pH. So this is your brain trying to say, hey, we need that to stay in that exact location from a pH on this scale, and it's trying to change that. So sitting all day is bad for this. Most disease processes thrive in a more acidic environment. So sitting all day is not good for disease processes for this reason. It's not because somebody just made up the idea that sitting all day is bad for you. It is. Our bodies are not meant to be sedentary. But this is one of the reasons why it's bad for things like cancer. One of the things that's bad for cardiovascular health. The reason why it's bad for digestion. One of the reasons it's bad for our brain health and our thought processes, because it can change and impact our pH. Now, one of the things I would suggest, because this isn't just how bad this is for you, what can you do about it? Stand up every once in a while, okay, from your desk, move your shoulders back, okay, and take some deep breaths, okay? So you just want to take some deep breaths, get air all the way down into your belly. Don't just take a deep breath where it's raising your shoulders like this. You want the breath to go all the way down into your belly, okay? You want to breathe all the way down into your belly and then blow it out slowly. So some very long and deep breaths. And you want to do that for maybe just a minute. Do that several times a day. We're not talking about changing your life here from a standpoint of your schedule. We're only saying maybe a minute or two every hour of the day. Stand up, bring your arms back, bring them down to your side, but open up your chest, take some big deep breaths, change your breathing, change your pH, move your body a little bit. It's going to improve your health. Folks, if there's anything we can do for you to improve your health here at Magnolia Medical, that's what we're here for. Stay healthy. We'll talk to you later.